Hey guys, I wanted to take this opportunity to remind you all to like and subscribe. It really helps me to keep getting the best guests onto the podcast. So I really appreciate it if you did. And now onto the video. And that brings me to my next question, which is, there's a quote from a great investor: superior investing has a lot to do with having a superior process. So could you go into the details of your process, from how you exactly source ideas to how you make a final decision and what goes on in the middle? You've described some of it, just now. You look at the balance sheet, you look at how much cash they've got, you look at their website to see if management even cares. But what are the other things that are part of your process, and what is it that makes your process superior?
Yeah, and I think probably just the fact that I have a repeatable process is what makes it a little bit superior compared to the average Joe. And that's really who
Definitely.
I'm playing against, right? I'm playing these small and micro cap companies with reason, because I don't have pros, breathing down my neck. I am the pro in this area of the market. So, part of my process, it always really starts with, I really care what the product is, right? And I can't really get a good value of the business if I don't know what the product is. So generally, I always, first thing I really do is kind of, always check the shares outstanding, and then right to the balance sheet, I really, really care about how much cash a business has. It's like the most important thing, because really how I think about it is, okay, I'm the CEO here. The balance sheet and income statement, cash flow statement, these tell me, what I got to play with. And then I go and I look up the product and I say, okay, this is the product. Do I like the product? No, I hate it. Okay, well, this might be a potential short sell. Or, oh, this is a really great product. I'm no longer short selling. Is this worthwhile for me to go long? And that's how I think. I'm always right off the bat, short selling is what I'm looking for. And that's how I found Tandem, and that's how I found a couple of these stocks. I was like, okay, I'm looking for a short sell because these are something that will move, 20, 30% in a relatively short amount of time. I can turn those over really fast. So product, I'm sitting in the CEO's chair. Can I navigate through this? Is this going to be difficult for me? Am I trying to find a new job, or do I want to be part of this company? And that's really kind of how I think about it. And every line item that I go through, I'm saying, okay, hey, look, this is either good or this is bad. If I have no cash and I have a bad product and I have a bad website, I'm trying to find a new job, because it's going to be very, very difficult for me to make this business successful. Now, if I have a great product, I got a great website, I got a ton of cash, I'm in a really good position to win. I can, this is a business that I do want to, try to bring to the next level. So that's really the gist of it. And I want to know, and when I go a little bit deeper after that, that's always the initial thing. And then I do a quick valuation. All of my valuations are very quick. Right on the piece of paper, I take the earnings, I add them all up. I say, okay, this is what I think, this is the range I think the business is worth. This is, what the market cap is. Is there enough value difference for me to take advantage of? What kind of bet can I place here? Is it worthwhile for me to even, continue to look at this company? If yes, now I'm digging into, okay, are there any Seeking Alpha articles? Bullish, bearish, who wrote them? How many are there? Stock twits. Am I playing against morons? The stock twits people actually know what they're doing. Institutional ownership. If there's a ton of institutional ownership, it's probably going to be a hard short sell. If there's no institutional ownership, and I really like the product, and I really like the business, and I really like everything that I'm seeing, and there's no institutional ownership, that could be a very good long, because as soon as these institutions start bidding up the price, I'll actually have someone to sell these shares to, or, they're going to drive the price so high, like Tandem, and, you're going to have a home run. And then, what's the short interest? A high short interest stock is, got a couple indicators like, one, it's going to be hard to short sell a high short interest stock. Two, if it's something you're interested in long and the short interest is say, 25, 30%. Okay, maybe there's short thesis out there that you need to look into because that's a lot of short interest. So maybe you're missing something here. And yeah, and that's really the gist of it in terms of, do the insiders own any? Are they buying? Are they selling? So yeah, that kind of goes into a little bit second level what my process is, but really the whole process can be broken down really easy in basically four or five steps where it's like fundamental research is always first. You got to understand the company. Then, right after that, is there a bet that can be placed? I value the bet, value the business, value the bet. Who am I playing against to help me gauge, what probability it is that I, actually win this bet. And then, at the end, after you make the bet, track, take time to reflect on my trades and say, okay, what did I do good here? What were the habits that I, basically followed? What did I break? Where can I improve? And then after that, I, basically take that packet. I actually write this stuff down, like you've seen, I've shared with you, is like I
Yeah.
actually have a packet that I fill out, kind of like, like you do in school. And that is now that's my file. And I keep that file and I have it all printed out. If there's a news event or if there's earnings, I like to play a lot of earnings reversals. So I keep that, I file it away, and I have it for the next time that stock pops up or whatever it may be. Or if I want to, see how accurate was I, was my business valuation good? Was it bad? And sometimes I revisit these things, couple months down the road, and I just check up and I go, oh, this was the China fraud that I thought was a fraud. What happened to it? Oh, it went down 85%. Okay, these are the traits that I think are really important. And it's constantly something like that. And every time I do a fundamental analysis too, it's like when I'm sitting in the CEO's chair, I'm taking notes. It's like I'm highlighting the stuff that I'm worried about, and I'm circling the stuff that I'm happy about, and I'm putting all that kind of together to see the whole blueprint of the business. And that's really useful because every business is different. And if
Correct.
you don't understand that, you're just following maybe one basic formula, you could run into trouble. I don't know, it might work okay, but I think you're better off, realizing every business is different. So you need to look at them the right way. And you're like, you're a smart kid. You can easily pick out, what's important in a business and what's maybe not so important. So, and I think more people kind of need to think like that, opposed to just, hey, look, here's the Ben Graham formula. That's it. I don't care about the product. I don't care about, who the competitors are. I don't care about anything else. The formula says it's a buy. It's a buy. You might run into some trouble that way. I think you could be a little bit more accurate if you kind of highlight the main points that are going to drive, your investment.